Hey, what's up guys and gals? It's time for preview for week 50, 2020. We're getting closer to the end of the year, but there's still some cool albums coming. Well, technically these are all coming in 2021, but still, it's time to take a little bit of a preview of what I've been listening. That is, those good albums I've been listening lately. And I want to tell you about these three different bands with three different releases named Aethyrick from Finland, Therion and Tribulation from Sweden. All different styles, all different genres. Let's take a look by Metal Archives what I'm talking about. Now, Aethyrick is a new band from Finland, but they already have 2 albums out, and now they're making their 3rd album. Now, people know this is kind of a mystic black metal band, and what they have previously done is pretty good. But now I think with Apotheosis, which is going to be out early 2021, is their best album so far. Now the style is melodic, atmospheric black metal, and what can I say? It's the most mature, the most well-conceived album by the band so far, based on one listen only, I might add. And I don't know why this is loading so goddamn slowly. Anyway, the point aside is that I have enjoyed to some degree their previous albums. I have no negativity about them. But this seems like the band has been able to fix their earlier flaws. If not many, however, this is much better. Well, much and much, but at least better in so many ways than the previous ones. Now, I mean, even if just the first spin is going to take you on a tour in your mind, like, hey, this is something different, that is a sign of something nice to happen. This will be out on Sinister Flame, January 22nd, unless no delays come. So keep your eyes peeled. It's no more than a month or so. Definitely an interesting album to come in January. Since we're going in alphabetical order, the next one will be Therion. Now, this is a little bit different genres what I usually feature, but I mean, I have been a fan of Therion since like mid-90s. Maybe even a little bit early 90s, 1994, 1995, I would say roughly. I remember listening to this when I was doing my military service in 1995. I'm not sure if I had, previous encounters with Therion, but anyway, that was the year when I really got the thing going on. And I liked that they were doing something different. Opera vocals, done with kind of a symphonic metal and still having this kind of a death metal looming over, even though they were more kind of gone through with that phase. Anyway, everybody knows that Therion, having a massive discography, have long time ago gone past those days. And what they have been doing lately is that 2 years ago, well, almost 3 years ago, they released Beloved Antichrist, which is getting very, very mixed reviews, and for a reason. It was 3 albums made of kind of a rock opera, if you will. Well, not exactly rock, but anyway, very, very hard album to get into, and I didn't like it too much. I mean, it's not bad, but not very likable either. And even the previous one, the Le Fleuve du Mal, which was kind of like going to some French traditional music, wasn't too shabby in my opinion. I really don't get these high praises, but it's just me. Even Sidra Ahra before that, not too great. Gothic Kabbalah had some moments, but it wasn't the Therion I fell in love with. We had to go all the way to 2004 to have, in my opinion, the latest really good Therion album. So, fast forward to 2021 and we have Leviathan. And I'm happy to tell that the band has gone back into the 90s and early 2000s stuff with the kind of a traditional Therion. Suddenly it is like an album coming from the past that they hadn't released before, because it's very much the mid-Therion we love so much. I mean, it had the majestic, in kind of epic proportions, kind of a music with symphonic elements and opera vocals and all that stuff, and it has those catchy guitar riffs, and I'm very much like, wow, this sounds really good. Now, I'm not gonna say it sounds like the best of Therion, but I'm pretty convinced to say this is something like the best Therion in 15 years or so. So it's not a small deal. I'm very stoked about it, and I hope to review it as soon as it comes out. curiously also January 22nd, 2021 by Nuclear Blast. So keep your eyes peeled for that in case you just happen to be a Therion fan. And last, and also this time maybe the least, is Tribulation from Sweden. Why is it most least? Because the thing here is, I have liked Tribulation when they were doing death metal over here. I have liked when they did their gothic metal, like 2 years ago, releasing Down Below. Very different style, and as you can see, these guys don't exactly look anymore like death metal guys nowadays. It's more like they went their corpse paints and did their vampire thing and became this kind of a gothic band. So that's why it said did death metal early, gothic metal later. Kind of like Swedish Paradise Lost, but not exactly. But changes pretty much the same ways, from death metal to gothic metal, and that's it. Now, I happen to like both styles, so for me it was kind of a must-see to listen to this, where the gloom becomes sound. And by first listen, I wouldn't say this is very catchy, but it's very much going to the same direction as the previous one. And since I liked it, I could say, yeah, this is definitely worth checking out too. That is, if you like the previous one. So it's definitely taking the steps of gothic metal in the Swedish way. Kind of a catchy, definitely melodic, not too heavy, but somehow almost like a unique band. So it will be an interesting release, and based on first listen, I'm very interested to hear this more. And this will be also out in January, just a week later than Therion and Aethyrick. And this one will be out on Century Media Records. So 3 different albums coming out in 5-6 weeks. Definitely everything to keep your eyes peeled for. And given that there are other bands doing interesting releases early January, it seems like we're in for a treat when January finally comes here after Christmas. So it's gonna be interesting. Let's see if I have more stuff to preview next week. I don't know yet, but towards the end of the year the less and less there will be new promos coming, but let's see about that next week, and if not, there will be a review instead of a preview. Until then, take care and enjoy your coming next week. This is Rauta. Bye bye.